Today we're making banana kombucha, specifically because I don't think it's going to taste very good, and I like to work backwards from that idea. And we're going to try some cooked, some uncooked, some desserts, some cocktails, just to make sure we get the full banana experience. And we're going to start with a strawberry banana, a fluffernutter, caramelized bananas, banana bread, a dirty banana, and a banana daiquiri. And I generally don't like banana just because it tends to be a bit of an aggressive fruit. You can never have just a subtle hint of banana. But we're going to do our best to round out those flavors today. And we have a lot to cook, so let's get started. One of the first things we need to prepare is our banana bread. And today I'm using a banana bread tea from Nelson's Tea. Looks like it's mostly a blend of rooibos tea, cinnamon chips, and natural flavor, which I hope or presume is banana. We won't be brewing it as directed. I'm going to try and make a syrup out of it. And since we're not going to use very much of the syrup in the kombucha, I'm going to make it 4 times strength, and then we're going to do a 1-to-1 simple syrup out of it. And for this, it comes out to 1 cup of water to 2 tablespoons of our tea blend. And it does smell like banana bread. This I'm just going to set aside until we're ready. Now that our banana bread tea has finished steeping, we are just going to do what we usually do and strain it. We're going to find out how much volume we have. In this case, about 3/4 of a cup. And then we're going to add it to a pot on the stove, along with an equal portion of sugar, in this case, 3/4 of a cup. We're going to heat this and stir just until it dissolves. And now our banana bread syrup should be ready to go. For our caramelized banana, I am just going to cut 1 banana into slices, if it doesn't fall apart too much. And since I'm not actually using these in a dessert and they're going to be blended up, it won't actually matter if they fall apart. And in fact, the smaller they are, the more caramelization we'll get. I'm going to toss these with 2 tablespoons of sugar. It is just a liquid mush. We're going to put a pan on medium-high. Once the pan is preheated, we're going to spray it with oil and add our bananas. And the goal is just to get as much of the cooked flavor and caramelization as possible. And this might be the best we can do. Now that the cooking's complete, we just need to worry about our juice. And I'm not sure how many ounces we're going to get per banana, but we're going to find out. I'm aiming for about 200, but just to be safe, I'll go for probably 300, 400. And I think that should be good. Then we've got our strawberries, which I have frozen and unthawed, so they should give off a lot of juice. Now that we have our juice, we just need to see how much sugar is in each of them, so we know how much to add to the bottle. Our strawberry comes out to 13.6% sugar, and our banana juice comes out to 23.2% sugar. Well, that doesn't taste good. And now we can really get to bottling. Before this solidifies too much, I want to see how much of it we actually got out. It is incredibly sticky. This came out to 63 grams of our caramelized banana, I'll call it paste. Very sweet. Today I'm using an all black blend of kombucha. And I'm going to add just enough so we can blend up our banana. We'll just top this off with more kombucha. And now our caramelized banana should be complete. For our strawberry banana, I want about 19 grams of sugar total, and I want about twice as much strawberry juice as banana. So I'm going to add 85 grams of our strawberry juice. And then I want 30 grams of our banana juice. For our Fluffernutter, we are going back to our blender, adding 48 grams of our banana juice, 40 grams of marshmallows, and then since peanut butter has a little too much oil and fat for us to use in a kombucha, I am using peanut powder. Not peanut powder, powdered peanut butter. 24 grams of it. It does smell like powdered peanut butter. It's dry. It's very dry. I've never had a Fluffernutter before, but just the thought of it kind of makes my mouth feel sticky. This is why my guests have learned to ask which ones are meant for drinking. Our banana bread syrup came out to 43.2% sugar. Ooh. So I'm going to add 40 grams of our syrup. There's a very nice flavor to that. It's almost like a floral caramel taste. It's very interesting. For our banana daiquiri, I am adding 48 grams of our banana juice. And then I'm adding 21 grams of lime juice. And then 50 grams of lightly aged rum. Which should take it to this percentage of alcohol. And finally, we've got our dirty banana, and I am taking out our blender one more time. Adding about 50 grams of a whole banana, along with 25 grams of our banana juice, 25 grams of oat milk, 9 grams of simple syrup, and I'll blend that with about a half of a cup of kombucha. Now, the dirty banana cocktail usually uses some freshly brewed coffee, but as we learned from our coffee episode, my favorite way to have it in a kombucha is to use freshly ground and do sort of a cold brew immersion. This is 3 grams. And to that, I'm also using 40 grams of a pot stilled rum. I thought that best exemplified the dirtiness of the banana. And that was a lot of cooking and preparation, but our banana kombuchas are now complete. Everything's going to carbonate for 2 days at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, except for our banana bread syrup. That one's going to go for 3 days. And I feel like a few of these might volcano on us, but we'll find out together. So I'll see you then. We are back. Adrenaline is high, and we've got a lot of gross foam buildup at the top. And I think this week I'm actually going to double towel it because I think it's just going to be volcanoes left and right. And I'm starting with what I think is going to be the most palatable, and that's going to be the strawberry banana. Hold on to your butts. Whew, could have gone worse. It does smell like strawberry banana. It's got a lot of carbonation. Pretty good. It's very light. It's very refreshing. Very carbonated. I just can't, for the life of me, remember in what context I've ever had strawberry banana before. It is perhaps a bit too sour. I feel like maybe I should have added a little bit of syrup to it. Perhaps because of all the strawberry juice, things ran a little too acidic. It does have a really good lightness to it, though, just from that acidity and all that extra carbonation. I think maybe a little sweeter, but otherwise I think this is all right. This isn't unpleasant. It isn't strange. If it wasn't so much work, I feel like I would make it again. Up next is our banana bread, something that I don't think we're going to have carbonation trouble with. Good old carbonationless syrup. It does have that sort of walnut and baking spice smell. Perhaps not strongly banana. Ooh, that is a lot of flavor on the back end. As you breathe out, it's just, I don't know. It's so complete. There's so much going on. There's so many different little flavors coming out. Kind of like banana bread. It doesn't taste specifically like banana. It's mostly just a variety of different baking spices, walnuts, I think especially. There's something almost caramelly about it. Really interesting, really good. I think everyone's going to like this one. Perfectly balanced, too, on the sweet and sour. This is exactly where I would want it to be. Up next is our caramelized banana. I'm also pretty sure it's going to volcano. There you go, buddy. Oof. I poured too much. Quite opaque. Smells strongly of banana, perhaps not specifically cooked banana or caramelized banana, but it does smell like very ripe bananas. Ooh, it is weirdly good. Very sweet, but still very sour. That feels like a perfect balance. It's very well carbonated. There's a strong, very sweet banana flavor, but it's not weird somehow. I don't like banana flavor, really, but this one's interesting. It's got a very thick, like cloying mouthfeel, but in a way that's strangely not weird. Just makes it feel like very luscious, very decadent. It's just surprisingly good. I just did not expect this to be palatable. I think if I wanted to show off to someone, I would give them this. I think they would be surprised. And it wasn't that much work to do the caramelization, just since we didn't care about the texture of the banana. It was kind of a mess, but and then this was kind of a mess. That's kind of the other thing. I probably should have done a 3-stage fermentation for all of these. Let them steep in the kombucha, flavor it, then strain it and carbonate it, because I think we would have avoided most of this mess. I was just kind of lazy, didn't want to wait. This is delightful. You should try and make this too. Banana. Really coming through. But now we're about to get weird. This is our Fluffernutter, which has broken into multiple layers. I guess one for peanut butter, one for banana, one for marshmallow. And we're running out of clean space on these towels. Oh! Less violent than expected. That is too much carbonation. Yes, perhaps too much carbonation. Smells like a combination of butter and peanut butter jelly bellies. Like when you taste them and you're like, I can see it, but I don't want it. Don't make that. I don't want to describe the taste. It was not good. Just don't make it. My stomach's still churning a little bit from that last one, but now we're on to the daiquiri, the banana daiquiri. You can smell both lime and banana equally. I've definitely never thought to order a banana daiquiri. Did not know that they existed. Would never order it, but those flavors do not go together. It's much too sour. There is the aroma of banana, but it's not welcome. Really strange to have it combined with the lime. You can smell the rum a little bit. I don't think it's helping here. I feel like maybe something a little softer, something a little sweeter. I think this needs some simple syrup, some less lime juice. Different rum, and no banana. I think we just want a regular lime daiquiri. I don't see myself finishing this bottle or this glass. And now we find ourselves with the dirty banana, which it looks just like a solid block of sediment and coffee grounds just sprinkled throughout. This one's got a volcano. I'll take it. I knew we would need chopsticks eventually. Oh, that looks bad. All right, very opaque. Lots of coffee grounds just floating around. That got my heartbeat going. I don't want to drink it. What am I doing here? I don't know if it's the rum fumes, but it's like an alcoholic burn mixed with an ashtray mixed with just lumpy banana grit. There's just, I mean, so much mess floating in it. Okay. I'm calling that. So what did we learn here? Should you use bananas in kombucha? As caramelized bananas, yes. And possibly with raw bananas as well. Maybe if you add a little simple syrup, you can just skip the whole caramelization step. Something that's worth trying. Because that was surprisingly good, very flavorful, a lot of depth to it, and very interesting. The banana bread tea, also very good. Anytime you can do an extraction, make it into a simple syrup, I think it's a pretty easy win. Strawberry banana was okay, but kind of more work than it was worth. Since it is such a cheap fruit and it is easy to get perfectly ripened, I think it's a nice tool to have, but it's also kind of a pain to juice. And when we blended it, it was gross. Granted, that could be due to other factors. We also definitely learned that peanut butter and marshmallows is really, 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 really disgusting in a kombucha. Apparently, that was at least a lesson that I needed to learn. So thank you for joining us. Until next time, this is Reckless Beverage.